waste my life right now. You are my closest friend.
All right. Good evening. I'd like to welcome everybody out tonight. Pardon my voice, I'm just talking a lot. So for those of you who haven't been here before, maybe you don't know me, my name's Shane McFarland. I'm the president of Ahern Hotel. We'd just like to say thank you for everyone for being here. Just a little bit about our hotel that most people find very unique because we're non-gaming, non-smoking, non-union, no resort fees, free parking, free internet. And we average 90% occupancy like that. Absolutely. So we're very proud of that. But as far as tonight goes, the reason why you guys are here tonight is for Meet the Experts. And we do this, traditionally we'll do it on Monday nights. So this is a thing. But we also have Inside Scoop on Tuesdays. We have a little bit of fun with karaoke on Wednesdays. We have comedy on Fridays and Saturdays. So yeah, there's a lot of different things happen here at the hotel during the week. So again, we just like to say thank you to everybody. I'd like to turn the time over to our host, the Honorable Mr. Bill Walsh.
Hey guys, how's everyone doing? Good? So do me a favor, turn left, right, and tell someone you look good. Now do it one more time and say, but I look better. If you guys could grab seats in the back, come take all these round tables up here. Back there, come up here and take a round. Any of the round tables is fine. We want to move everybody to the round tables. Sound good? So we've got a really fun night planned for you guys. How many guys are here for this Global Entrepreneur Week? Some folks here for that? Yeah, so give them a nice round of applause. They deserve it. One thought in this hotel is that this hotel is your hotel. So if you got events or parties or things you want to plan, get them plugged in. I'm going to give you guys a couple of really special gifts tonight. I don't know if you have New Year's Eve plans yet, but if not, you can come spend New Year's Eve with us here tonight. And December 31, it'll be Ryan Ahern in a whole swing band downstairs. Yeah, give that some love. If you've never seen Ryan on any PBS special, just write down Ryan Ahern and then go Google him. But we have GA tickets, which are going to go up. So the sooner you get them, the better it's going to be for you. But we have some right now. I think there's a block of about 50 tickets. For $49, you'll be able to come here and be a part of the whole party, which is pretty amazing. And it's going to be one hell of a party. And it'll include your champagne toast at midnight. But the prices go up each week. So don't wait on getting the tickets. We'll have dinner packages at Adamo, dinner packages down upstairs at Joel's. So if you guys have your pens handy, I want you to write down this quickly. Take out your pens or even take out your phones. I want you to text the letters NYE. Text NYE to 26786. Take out your phones. If you want to come. If you don't want to come, it's okay. But if you want to come, text NYE to 26786 and reserve those tickets. You will never see a show like this in your life. He is that good. It'll be with a full band. All you have to do is reserve early. Like I said, each week the price goes up. So if you can get these early bird tickets, I would take them right away. And there'll be dinner packages added on there. And you can always come back and add a dinner package as well. I think all they have right now is the GA packages. But definitely, if you don't have plans for New Year's Eve yet and you want to get free parking, if you want to have the most amazing party ever, the whole place will be decked out downstairs. This is definitely the place to be without all the hassles of the Strip. So if you're going to be in town, how many here are actually from Vegas? Anybody here from Vegas? Wow, so a good group from Vegas. And if you have plans somewhere else for New Year's Eve, awesome. But if not, this will definitely be the place to be, and it'll be an epic party. In addition to that, we have a number of great restaurants here. Tomorrow night, if anybody is still here, is anybody in town tomorrow night? Anybody here in town tomorrow night? So tomorrow night we have what's called Tomahawk Tuesdays. So you get $100 off your tomahawk. So for $95, you can get a 32-ounce Australian Wagyu tomahawk. So if you haven't been to Tomahawk Tuesdays, come to Joel's. I think they're close to capacity. It's only been open just over about 6 weeks, 8 weeks, and believe it or not, last Saturday we had to turn people away because we've had too many people coming out just on that one Saturday night. But if you guys have not been a part of Tomahawk Tuesdays, you do not want to miss it. But also I want to talk about if you guys want to book events. We have a whole team that's here for events. You just heard Shane. Give Shane, the president of the hotel, a big round of applause. Give Shane some love. I also want to thank a very special guest that's here tonight. He's actually the owner of the hotel. His name is Mr. Don Ahern. Give Don some love. It's not often that he's here, but he's here tonight. And this whole night was something that he came up with the idea for. He wanted to have an industry expert night or tech night, and we're looking for speakers. You know, a lot of times when you promote tech, not everybody jumps to come over. You know, it's one thing if it's, you know, karaoke nights on Wednesdays or Friday and Saturdays for comedy and karaoke. That's different. But we need a tech community here at this hotel. So if you guys would like to really help us promote tech, and you want to be part of a little marketing committee, once again, take out your pad of paper, quickly, pad of paper. You can just text me direct, and I'll add you to our community that can help drive this. Someone just said he posted on social media for tonight. Thank you very much for posting. But we need a whole group that promotes. So if you want, I'll send you the social media codes. I'll send you the information. And if you know someone that wants to be a speaker, either they're a futurist, a tech specialist, engineering, maybe they are someone that really is gifted in some new technology, we would love to have speakers like that. We're right now scheduling this twice a month. We'd like to go to 4 times a month. But if you guys can text me direct, write this number down, 312-543-7555. We've had patent attorneys here, 312-543-7555. Once again, this night was designed by Mr. Ahern as a give back to individuals here in town that have an interest in tech, futurists, engineering, those types of things. And we're looking for guest speakers. So if you have a message you want to share, we'd love to get that message out here. I just want to share that our guest tonight, she's an Army combat veteran. So give her a round of applause just for that alone. I think that's such a big thing. And I've got a little bio that somebody sent over that I'm going to pick some of the highlights because her intro is pretty long. But I can tell you that the stuff she's done has been pretty epic. So I want to give you a few of these highlights so you don't miss any of this stuff. She was an operating officer she is an operating of Vets in Tech. She's a U.S. Army combat veteran. She began her career serving in the 82nd Airborne Division, 18 Airborne Corps, and 573rd Military Intelligence in the enlisted rank. She served in Operation Iraq Freedom, Operation Enduring Freedom, Operation New Dawn. Give her some love for that alone. That's a big deal. We just had Veterans Day, so it's perfect timing. In addition to that, she was also in Operation New Dawn. She transitioned from military to civilian DOD. She then pursued a career in technology and entrepreneurship as SME in trust and safety. Over the past 4 years, Ikram has been an integral senior team member at the Vets in Tech, where she spearheaded entrepreneurship programs in her role and has guided so many current and returning veterans to get their lives back on track. Give that some love. She deserves it. She also serves as XSW Advisor Entrepreneurship and Pitch. And all I can tell you is that she's going to share that she does also have her Master in Science and Entrepreneurship Innovation. This is designed as an innovation night. So it's an honor that you're here to share some of your wisdom because we all need it. She's currently enrolled right now as a PhD candidate at Golden Gate University, and she's an adjunct professor at Menlo College. So give her some more love for that, yes or no? So could you guys all do me a favor? I think it's really important that, could everybody just stand up for a second? Everybody stand up. Come on, stand over here. I want you guys, and I want some music playing, get some music going back there. I want you to give up some love for Ikram Mansouri. She deserves it. Come on, guys, give it up.
Thank you. I'm trying to decide if I should stand up or sit down. I'm going to stand. Thank you, thank you. Since I'm a paratrooper, I can PLF, you know, perfect landing form, any day. I do that every morning. But I'd like to start with, aside from thanking you so much for having us here, what a great day to be a veteran. So by show of hands, how many of you have served or military spouses? Well, I would like to thank you for your service and happy belated Veterans Day. I won't talk for long. I'll talk about a bit about what we do at Vets in Tech, relevant to tech, clearly, and entrepreneurship, and then I'd open it for questions, and then we can go on about the rest of the night. Vets in Tech, we're 11 years old this year. We were founded by a Catherine Webster. She is a military, brat. And the co-founder is Craig Newmark, none other than the Craigslist guy, known as Craigslist guy. Um, 11 years ago in Silicon Valley, there was nothing but job fairs for veterans. So they decided to run a hackathon, and it was at Adobe at the time. Veterans from Facebook and all sorts of other veterans in the area or in the Bay Area showed up, and they said, please do more, and that was the inception of Vets in Tech 11 years ago. Now we focus on education, employment, and entrepreneurship, specifically to support transitioning veterans and military spouses into the tech ecosystem as a whole. And so through education, we run our own Vets in Tech Academy. This year alone, we trained 1,700 veterans and military spouses in technical skills alone. So by technical, we cover a number of courses in cybersecurity. And again, this is something that we're very proud. We do not touch any of their benefits. This is something we pay for, along with the certification as well. So since COVID, we've gone fully virtual, and that has given us this massive opportunity and reach to go global. And we get people joining us from deployments. We get people joining us from Germany, Korea, you name it. So back to the technical skills that we have in our academy. We have web dev, Python, we have full stack, and AI ML, and then under cybersecurity is IBM, Splunk, InfoSec, Security Plus, AWS Accelerator. So we teach two of the most important AWS courses in one cohort. So we know veterans and military spouses are busy professionals. They got families to take care of. So we set everything as sort of a boot camp to cater to their specific needs. So we run a lot of evening courses, and if we do have a full-time course, it would be 1 week. So we know people can take off 1 week and run it. And that's on the education front. And by ecosystem, it wouldn't be an ecosystem if we don't have employment. So we have these over 45 partners, as you can see here, and that supports and helps place veterans and military spouses in the tech. And again, this, I can correlate this directly to a better quality of life, making a 6-figure income, getting happier, being able to take care of your family. The list goes on. And from employment, we move on to entrepreneurship, which is something that I personally focus on as the COO of Vets in Tech. Entrepreneurship is an interesting space as a whole for veterans and military spouses. I'll talk specifically about veterans stats, so I'm not confusing the two, because they're very different, though they both face similar challenges. So post-World War II, around 49% of veterans went on to start businesses. So that makeup kind of contributed to 10% of all US-owned businesses being veteran-led or veteran-owned. They've also contributed over $1.3 trillion in revenue yearly and hire over 6 million people. So you look at today's makeup for our current veterans and post 9/11 veterans, only about 4.9% choose to pursue entrepreneurship. And you can see that will translate to a massive change in the makeup of US-owned businesses and just how important veterans are to entrepreneurship. So we've been working closely not only with SBA, but Department of Labor and all other agencies, along with other nonprofits and for-profits, to kind of raise these red flags and try to address some of the needs. So we put that aside. There are some good notes that come out of that, around 45% of current veterans are interested in starting in business. And so the challenges do come when what kind of business it is, and the fact that we're in the tech era and AI era, and a lot of misunderstandings that you'd have to be technical to run these types of businesses. Under entrepreneurship, 2 years ago, we launched a vet VC. So there are veterans who are venture capitalists. And just about 2 years ago, I was in the space, and a lot of my own friends who are veterans were struggling to raise funds, and it was just an interesting makeup. So I decided to kind of dive into that a little bit. But we were very lucky that we found a partner in JP Morgan. JP Morgan committed $35 billion to racial equity, and under that commitment, they allotted like $100 million for minority fund managers. And so under that $100 million, we're like, well, let's put a portion of that towards veterans who are venture capitalists. So 2 years ago, we launched it. Jamie Dimon himself showed up to this. He loves the veterans. We had around 40 VCs, and then we did it again. This is the second year, and we had over 60. I only say that to say that representation matters in the ranks of like access to capital, to have our own in those ranks. What was amazing in doing some of the surveys is that the average veteran, doesn't matter what they are, male, female, white, black, Hispanic, that was pretty irrelevant. So the average veteran as a whole invested in far more diverse founders than the average VC. And so that was something that we're kind of running with, and SBA itself is pretty excited about. SBA has a program called SBIC, which is a fund. The fund is a couple $2 billion that will invest into venture capitalists, and in turn that trickles down to entrepreneurs, which many of you are here today. And that's the gist of all of this. I would say, relevant to innovation or innovative iterations. It was kind of seeing that there are some gaps in the space, and instead of like waiting for, oh, I need funding or this or that, like it was just resorting to personal reach, and being in academia, it helped a lot. I just kind of tapped on a few shoulders, a few professors, and like, are you interested in this? Let's publish a doc on this. And that kind of got some momentum, and now we have funding that is specific to vet VC or of that sort. So not to bore you anymore, that's the gist of what we do at Vets in Tech. I'd be more than happy to answer any questions, entrepreneurial related, funding related, innovation related. Aside from that, I give it back. Thank you. Yes. I'll go to him. I saw your hand go first, and then you, sir.
Hey, so congratulations on all of the amazing work you're doing with Vets in Tech. My question is, what are some of the top skills you think somebody needs to know/master to be a good CEO?
In the operations space, you have to get a GSD, a degree in GSD. Get shit done. So that's thanks. That's literally the bottom of it, right? So yeah, we do. There should be GSD. Get your GSD together. But essentially, there are a number of things, like you can go to courses, that you can do executive courses and whatnot, but if you are an individual that pays attention to details and organized and gets things done, you're made to be a COO. And that, parallel to that, there are a number of, tools that can support those efforts, right? So, my day today, like, I do anything from sweeping floors virtually to literally, making $1 million decisions, or I think in tooling perspective, reports. My life is consumed by reports, but they're very important. So I hope I answered your question, and I'll move on to the next one. Thank you.
Thank you for what you do. My question is around pipeline development. And so, as we look at the vets and their spouses, any focus on children as we move, especially with technology. In 2017, the accountants got together and said that roughly 45% of job functions would have been impacted if we were to automate in 2017. 45%. We're at 2023, and that was just automation. Now we're talking about automation and generative AI, ML, and so on. So how do we tap into, how do we create the initiatives and the incentives for younger people to enter into this space?
That's a great question, right? Question that I'm excited to answer. I think it's multifold, I would say, right? And you and I can probably talk about this all night. So I'm going to get to it very quickly. One, it's a fantastic thing to be in this type of environment. Like, networking is key. And immediately I can tell you that somebody is in the room back there, just recently have told me about funding specifically for kids, right? So Heather, right there. And I won't go into details, but she's an impressive, military spouse with lots of reach. But aside from that, there is quite a bit of focus I've seen recently. So for the longest, it was just like veterans. And I know you're speaking in general terms about kids, but it's pretty relevant. And recently, there was a push for military spouses, right? You can't just couple the two. We face different issues. And the little push that happened also emphasized military families, kids. So now you see, like, Blue Star families received, total of probably just in the past 6 months of $20 million to focus specifically on, like, kids and so on. And so from a Vets in Tech perspective, we've always, extend our arms and reach to be the tech arm of these organizations, because they don't do tech. So we're like, we can come in and support, because we've done it for 11 years. And we used to train 200, now we're training over 1,700 a year. So in terms of how do you get people not to be interested in funding such thing, as well as getting the youngin to be interested, it's really similar to what we have. It's exposure, it's awareness. So another thing that is relevant to your question in terms of entrepreneurship and what we've done, and we ran this 2-year-long research project with NASDAQ Entrepreneurial Center and 70 other organizations that were international, right? Some of them here, some of them UK, and so on. And it's called Venture Equity Project, right? And the bottom line, we found out that there is no lack of capital. Capital exists. It's the access to it. And it is definitely reflected in specific communities. I'll leave it at that. I think, I hope that I answered generally, and I'd love to go into it, separate.
Hi, I'm
Thank you.
Christine with the City News. I just wanted to say thank you so much for your service.
My
And
pleasure.
congratulations on that stellar list of partnerships.
Oh, thank you, thank you. That I would say it hasn't necessarily been, cookies and cream, but it helped that we're based in Silicon Valley. And Catherine herself, she's been in tech forever. And it was just a tap at at Craig Newmark's shoulder, and he's fond of military and military families. He single-handedly have been funding the cybersecurity program that we have. So just under his funding, we train 500 veterans and military spouses every single year in cybersecurity.
Being in Las Vegas for over 25 years, I'm in the trade show industry. My clients are the people who deal with the trade shows, but I do know that a lot of vets end up here in Vegas for cybersecurity.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Absolutely. One of our favorite sponsors too, who's been with us for 6 years now, donated over $2 million, is DraftKings, and DraftKings have a heavy presence here. And we're in the past 6 years with their funding, we've trained just about 1,000 veterans and military spouses in web dev and Python, AI, ML as well. So pretty exciting. So Vegas is great for us, and we love it here. So there's more to be done here, for sure. Any additional questions or comments, suggestions? All right. Well, thank you so much. Now it's dancing time. I'm not sure what's next, but will be stand-up comedy. Oh, they only come out when I'm home. I just had a baby 2 months ago, and he's the cutest. He's 16 pounds at 2 months, so he's just a giant blob. Can't do anything with him. So I'll leave it at that.